Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ani the Agent, and today we're going to be going over 5 tips for new agents that I think will be awesome for you to know going into real estate. So I'm super excited to get into this. Stay tuned and let's get into it. Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Ani the Agent, and today I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips for new agents who are new to real estate. So let's go ahead and get into this. All right, so step 1 that's very important is to get a mentor. So when I originally joined Century 21, I knew absolutely nothing about real estate. I actually didn't even know how to purchase my own house. So, I mean, it was very important for me to get with someone who actually knew what they were doing and who was very well educated in how to work with buyers and how to work with sellers. And it really just depends on your brokerage. When I originally joined Century 21, I had the option to get a mentor, and I chose that option because I felt like I needed someone to show me the ropes, show me how to represent a buyer, show me how to write up a listing agreement for a seller. You know, these are things that are very important for you to know. And when you work with your clients, they're going to expect you to know. And a lot of times they don't know how to do these things themselves. So that's why they're calling you, the realtor. So getting a mentor, everybody knows my mentor. I've spoke about him once or twice. His name is Hander Peralta. He is also with Century 21. And I chose him to be my mentor, not only because he was a friend of mine prior to, but also because he's very well versed and he has a lot of knowledge in real estate itself. So I just followed him and spent a lot of time shadowing him and you know, doing things with him, sitting down and having one-on-one training sessions on how to write up a list agreement, on how to represent your buyer, how to do a comp, you know, a lot of things that you need to know and that your clients are going to ask you to do. And it actually helps because it helps you prepare. I mean, it's better to be over-prepared than under-prepared, and that's kind of something that I went along with as I'm getting used to being in real estate and doing different things. Everybody knows I still call my mentor. It's good to have one just so you can call and reference things that you've already gone over, maybe situations that you are not familiar with and you are lost, maybe when you're not comfortable and you want to do a walkthrough on a listing appointment and you're scared, you don't want to do it by yourself. Your mentor is there to walk those things, or walk you through those things, and kind of just help you get more comfortable, feel more lax when it comes down to representing your buyers and your sellers. So it's very helpful to have one. They're there to answer your questions. They're there to just make you feel more comfortable and to teach you all the things that you feel you might need a little more help or training on. So it's very important to get a mentor. I would definitely recommend one. One thing I want to say about brokerages, if your brokerage does not offer you a mentor programs, that's definitely something that you want to look into when you are interviewing your brokers or your brokerages. I did a video on that a couple weeks ago, so if you guys are interested, I will put it down below in the description box. It just gives you a couple of tips on what it's like being a new agent and the different things that you need to know that a lot of people don't tell you even in the interview process. So that's definitely a question. If you do not have a mentor and you want one, talk to some of the other agents in your office, especially the more seasoned ones. My tip number 2 is to shadow seasoned agents in your office. Guys, this is really, really, really important. It helps someone who is a newer agent like yourself or myself, who just wants to kind of see how things work. I remember shadowing for open houses. I shadowed for a listing appointment to kind of see what it's like to walk through the house and look for things to put on your listing agreement. I've also did a walk along with an agent showing a house. I did that multiple times before I even got comfortable showing a house on my own. You know, sit in on closings. Those are important too because closings are exciting. You know, everybody's like, oh, closing. Sit in on one, get the experience of what it feels like to be the agent who actually closed on your first transaction or your second transaction. That's important. I did that a lot. And so don't be ashamed to do that. You can even do it with multiple other people. I shadowed my mentor and a lot of other colleagues in my office before I did that, but it's important to do that because it's very helpful, and I think that it's going to be one of the key things that's going to help you kickstart your career and be successful. Tip number 3 is to volunteer for open houses. This is also important, and it's simply important because, one, you need to understand how to run an open house. There are so many opportunities on Saturdays and Sundays within not just your brokerage, but with other companies like Keller Williams, EXP, private real estate brokerages. A lot of them have open houses, and on a Saturday and Sunday, when you are looking for a home, what are you gonna do on the weekend? You're gonna go look for houses. So it is a great way to kind of just ask around. Say, hey, so-and-so at my office, do you have any listings that I can host an open house for? Or is there anybody who is looking to have somebody host an open house? I'd love to do it. And you can set a certain time, you can put it in an MLS, and people will come to see it. So it's a great way to get prospects, look for people who are looking to list their house. Some people don't necessarily list their house before they start looking for another. They're just kind of feeling it out, seeing what the market's like. And that's a great way to do it. In those specific times, it's great to just talk to people. My first few open houses, I shadowed my mentor and a couple of other colleagues in my office, and I just remember meeting so many buyers who did not have agents, and they were just there because they were scared. They didn't know what the first step was to purchasing a house. So, they're just out there looking by themselves and don't have anybody to submit offers for them or to open the door outside of open house hours to walk them through. So it's a great way to meet people. It's also another great way to meet other agents, because sometimes other agents come in and you get to exchange business cards, because you never know who you're going to run into this industry. It's not what you know, it's who you know. And we'll get into that a little bit later. But yes, it's important to just do things like that, like such as open houses, shadowing people who are having open houses, and just talking to people at that open house to get to know buyers, prospects, and more. Okay? The 4th tip is market yourself. Market yourself, guys. You guys are an agent. You are technically running your own business. So you must be professional at all times, as well as you're a big advertisement. You must market yourself all the time. Wear your badge all the time. That's important because people outside don't know you. And if they don't know that you're an agent, how will they know to tell you about their house that they've been thinking about selling? Or how will they tell you about, hey, I have a cousin in, downtown Dallas who is looking to purchase a home, but we don't know any realtors in the area, so we're just kind of shopping around. You never know who you're going to be dealing with. I know that there is an agent in my office, a newer agent. My broker always tells us, guys, it's important to tell everybody that you are a real estate agent. When you first get that license, you should be marketing yourself on Facebook, spreading it all over Instagram, putting yourself on TikTok, just telling everybody, hey, I'm a real estate agent. I'm a real estate agent. I think the first time I got licensed, I passed out at least 40 to 50 cards. Everywhere I went, I was just handing out cards, trying to tell people, hey, I'm an agent, because that's important. You want to build your market. You want to tell everybody in your community around you, I'm an agent. So whenever you think about buying or selling, whenever you hear someone talking about it, they know to refer me. My second point is 1 equals 5, and Judge Fight knows this. My broker talks about it all the time, and they say 1 referral could equal a possible 5 referrals, and that is very true. I'm working with a buyer right now. I love my buyer, so if you guys are watching, hi. It's very important because she is awesome. She's referred me at least 4 to 5 other buyers. And that's just from her alone, by herself. And that's just by word of mouth. So it is important to tell everyone, tell them, tell your cousin, tell your church, tell your sister, tell your brother. It doesn't matter if they live in Canada. Tell them, because they might know someone here who's looking and who needs help. Final tip is to network. It is not what you know, it is who you know. Tying back into our second point, I have seen business deals go through because the agent knew the other agent and they had the same offer as somebody else, but because they knew the agent, it's like, you know what, I like them, I'm gonna go with their offer instead. So it's not what you know, it's who you know. I know agents who have listings, who have commercial listings. It's important to connect with agents who have residential listings. There are agents in our office who talk all the time about their listings. And in our sales meetings on Tuesdays, and even on my commercial listing meetings on Wednesdays, we have a pitch portion where we kind of pitch our listings and we talk about what our listing, where a listing is located, how big it is, what it's used for, what it's zoned, you know, and just a couple of details about it, because you never know if any of those other agents are gonna have a buyer who's been looking for exactly what you're talking about, and they get with you and they say, hey, I actually have someone who's interested in that. And you end up helping your seller by selling that piece of land or that building or that house just because you ended up telling somebody else about it. So it's important to definitely talk to your other colleagues in your office, get to know other agents. It doesn't matter if that agent is from Keller Williams and I'm from Century 21. They might have a listing that my buyer is looking for, and it might be exactly what they want. So now I put in the offer, and because we had conversation, they're like, you know what, I really like this person, and the seller is like, you know what, I trust you, let's go ahead and do this. So it really just depends. It's very important to do that. I'll be dropping another video on 5 tips for newer agents part 2. So if you guys are interested in seeing that, definitely let me know. I love you guys so much. Don't forget before you head out to give us a thumbs up and leave a comment down below. And if you guys are agents and you watch my channel, comment down below, because I would definitely like to get to know you and network with you, even if you aren't licensed in the state of Texas. I mean, it's just good to know people who know people. So give us a subscribe. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time.